And hey, hello there folks, I'm RJB from RJBTV. And welcome back for what is going to be a game between GangnamLife and Lovely Rabbit. Now Lovely Rabbit, I don't think he plays 1v1 anymore. I think the last time he played 1v1 was about a year ago. He kind of switched over to just playing public games, like 3v3. 3v3 public games, high level, low level, well, mostly very high level, because he's a very good player. And it kind of saddens me because I really loved watching Rabbit play 1v1. He's a really good 1v1 player, but he just lost interest in it for some reason. And then we got GangnamLife here on the Protoss as well, right next to him. He is one of the OG fastest map Gosus. He invented and created a lot of strategies that the Koreans use. So he's kind of like an innovator, or one of the first innovators to innovate on fastest map 1v1 on the Korean map. Has a lot of cool build orders, and he mostly focuses on very micro-intensive gameplay. Very micro-intensive, he's all about the details in execution. Sometimes his macro does suffer a bit as a result. Like, he can become a little bit slower towards the 7-minute mark and beyond. Like, you can notably see that he's slowing down as there's more money to be spent and more buildings to be built. Both players here going for Nexus first. Like, Rabbit is kind of the same as GangnamLife, but Rabbit does not have the same level of micro. Rabbit is a very smart player. He also focuses on the details, but not the details in micro and execution of strategy. He focuses on strategic details, smart moves, cutting corners, getting advantages. He just plays extremely smart, and he really just finds very creative ways to get himself small little advantages that the opponent was never expecting him to get. Yeah, both players doing the exact same thing. Nexus, Gateway, Forge, Gas, the exact same thing mirrored. I would say with the spawn location, that GangnamLife's spawn location is a little bit better than Rabbit's. Rabbit has a little bit easier to storm drop from this hillside. But Rabbit does have a better drop dodging option. There's more space to drop dodge than there is for GangnamLife. So I would say we are in about an even situation with the spawn location. So both players have no advantages, no disadvantages. There's just kind of like a balance between the two players at the moment. They are playing with Protoss against Protoss rules, so only one cannon in the choke. You can build as many cannons as you want in the back, but that is not very efficient. They want to go for primarily technologic diversity and units. That is how the Koreans play a 1 versus 1 on Protoss. Cannons, a couple of them, but not a lot of them. Anti-turtle rules. Zella there from GangnamLife arrives in Rabbit's base first. The cannon from Rabbit is finishing up just on time, right there. As he arrives, the cannon is finished. So the Zella is mostly just going to be there to get information. And he gets valuable information. Not sure what he's going to do with that information, though. There's a Citadel of Adun on the way there for GangnamLife, and Robotics on the way there for Rabbit. Rabbit is either going to go for Observer, or he is going to go for Support Bay first. I think he's going to go for an Observatory first, because he did get into GangnamLife's base. He might have seen a Citadel of Adun, and I don't think that GangnamLife saw that... Okay, he sees the Cybercore spinning. So now he knows that Dragoons with Dragoon range are on the way. So Dragoons with Dragoon range always means Observer first, because oftentimes the other Protoss then goes for Templar's Archive and Dark Templars with Zealot Speed. Zealot Speed on the way for Gateway, so yeah, he's going to go for Dark Templar and Zealot Speed. That is GangnamLife's plan. Go for Dark Templars, Zealot Speed, and he's going to try to run Rabbit over. Rabbit is first going to try to kill some Zealots because he has Dragoons, and the Zealots don't have speed yet, so Dragoons can just chase those Zealots down. GangnamLife is splitting. He's pulling his Zealots away from his own base to buy himself time. He's splitting them up. So now that means that these Zealots either have to be ignored by Rabbit, which does give GangnamLife the option to have them safely return back home or go for an annoying attack, or he chases them down, which costs him a lot of time, which buys GangnamLife time. Temple's Archive is finished up. No Dark Temples on the way. He knows an observatory should be on. He didn't build an observatory. He went for a Reaver drop first. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting. We got about 6 Dragoons there arriving on the scene. We got about 6 Zealots here in the base, so I'll make it 9. And 3 more on the middle for a total of 12. Speed is almost finished up. Dark Temples are on the way. Observatory still on the way there from Rabbit. I was expecting the observatory coming out from him very, very early, but he didn't go for it. He's getting more gateways though. And Observatory is now finally on the way. So we wanted to get a shuttle and a Reaver before the Observer. And the Dark Templars are coming out very soon, which should mean, and might imply, that the Dark Templars might be able to kill some Dragoons, or maybe go for an attack here on the cannon and kill the Nexus. But then we have the Observer to, of course, save everything with detection. He's going to try to flank those Dragoons. So the Zealots that he escaped with earlier are coming in very, very handy. Dragoons do get stuck. One gets completely stuck and is going to die. The other 4, though, do make their way through. And now we got Zealots and a Dark Templar on the scene. Observer on the way. He's going to try to get on top of the cannon in the back. Like he's just going to run for it. No. Well, he should have ran for the cannon. Reaver Shuttle on the way. There's nothing in the base that can snipe the shuttle. GangnamLife got outbrained trying to kill the observatory. Reaver arrives on the scene. Probes are running to safety. Cannon, they're on the scene. Gonna kill the cannon first. One more shot. Oh, there's one more hit on the cannon, and then GangnamLife is pretty much toast. You're back at home though. The cannon went down. He's got the observer on the scene. So the Dragoons can kill the Dark Templar. The Templar gonna go straight for the cannon that is spot warping in there. But the observer is doing a lot of work. Not a lot of probes died here for GangnamLife. The Reaver's shuttle should still be alive. Dragoons are on the way there for GangnamLife. GangnamLife might have misread the situation. And there he goes. Gets a huge shot on those probes. He is down 15 probes by now. That's terrible. Let's make it 16 probes. It's terrible. This is getting worse and worse because Dragoons are not yet here. Rabbit is now in a commanding lead. Gonna try to go for a counterattack, but not gonna work because there's Dragoons in between. He knows the shuttle is coming there from GangnamLife. He knows it's on the way. He really needs his Dragoons to come out very quick because this one Reaver shuttle is absolutely destroying him. Absolutely destroying him. The Dragoons are finally on the scene. Now this is maybe why most players don't go for Zealot Dark Templar unless they have a guarantee that a shuttle and a drop are not gonna be coming very soon. Because he's still losing mining time. Here on lows, gets one more shot off, but the Dragoon is blocking, gets 2 more kills. And on 26 probes, he couldn't really produce anything for a long time because most of his probes were not on the minerals. He's now on 26 against 55. Rabbit really is in a ridiculous lead. With Dragoons all over the place to protect his probes. He doesn't need a lot of cannons, he just needs Dragoons. And an Observer. Observer for the Dark Templars, which takes the option to go for Dark Templars off the table there for GangnamLife. GangnamLife is in trouble. And that is a wild understatement. There's literally no way in hell that he's going to make a comeback here. The damage has been done. GangnamLife is going to try to do at least some return damage, like kill some probes, but the army for Rabbit is already so huge, so big. The difference is game ending, that even if he hits those probes, he can kill GangnamLife with a counterattack. Rabbit, of course, is smelling that something fishy is up because he has an observer here on the left side, which means the drop should be coming from the right side, and it is. It's on the pylon. See the shuttle is still slow. Speed is on the way. He might wait for speed, he might not wait for speed. But Rabbit is already posturing to go for an attack. He's got 65 probes. His probe production has been amazing. Whereas GangnamLife is on about half the supply. Well, not half. A third. 2/3. Ooh, that shuttle there from Rabbit. Hunting for that shuttle from GangnamLife. Dragoon be on the hillside, get some shots off. There's pylons all over the place. Broke there as well. The lowest one Zealot's speed is kicking in like 10 seconds for that shuttle. The shuttle's taking a lot of damage without actually ever doing anything. Now Rabbit, of course, is done waiting. He knows that he has a huge lead. He's got a big army. Now it's about time to attack. And GangnamLife literally does not have much to defend himself with. He's got 106 supply. Defending is never ever going to work. So here comes the attack. Shuttle there in the front, going to try to sneak through, but it takes a lot of damage on the shuttle by accident. Zealous, the Reaver in the back is pushing those Zealots away. The Zealots can try to go for an attack, but there's so much here for Rabbit that he just does not stand a chance. I'm expecting a GG as the supply difference is over 100. Now below 100, lost the probes. He got him after all with another shuttle drop, so he did get him in the end. 8 probes still alive, but as I said before, even if he hits a drop, there's so many units here on the scene, even more on the middle. Even if Rabbit has no economy, he still wins the game. The damage had already been done way too early into the game. The damage had already been done. GangnamLife is getting smoked. Gangnam dead. Yes, very, very dead. It's still sinking in. He's trying to process what's happening. Gets another drop off there on Rabbit. This time around kills like 1 or 2. He sat around, waited for a second storm. But yeah, he's dead. My friends, he is dead. Calls GG, and that's game number 1 going towards Rabbit. I'll put that on the top. Let me see me a second. I'll just put that on the top. Oh, I'm terrible at typing for some reason. Usually I'm not that terrible, but today I'm terrible at typing. There it is, Gangnam against Rabbit. 1 win for Rabbit, no wins for GangnamLife after game number 1. Let's go into a second game. I hope my voice holds out, because this week I've had a flu, and when I have the flu, well, it wasn't a flu, I think it was a cold. I think a cold and a flu are different, right? Yeah, I think they're different. I'm not too sure about the English. Like, I'm not English, so I'm not sure which of the 2 words you Americans and Englishmen actually use to indicate which. I'd have to Google that for a little bit. So we have Rabbit here on the blue Terran. Let's go for black. Yeah, blue. Let's do blue. Easier to see in the map. Blue Terran or Rabbit. Red, Protoss, GangnamLife. It's time for redemption. Game 1, he got smoked. And he knows that he's a very good player. I'd say GangnamLife might actually be slightly better than Rabbit in certain aspects, like micro, macro, and the ability to see openings and opportunities for attacks. Rabbit, though, is the smarter player overall, has a lot of attention to detail, setup, all that kind of stuff. He's a very smart player, knows exactly what to do at all points in time. So about me having the cold. When I get the cold, my vocal cords stop working. I can't speak. That's why I only made 1 video this week, and this is the second one. We're kind of already going into a full week. Pretty much a full week since the last video. That's all because I couldn't talk. I would have liked to make videos, but if I can't talk, then I can't, commentate. You know what I mean. If I can't talk, then I am cursed. So Gateway there on the middle, and a fast gas from GangnamLife. He is probably going for Dark Templars. Usually when you see this very fast double gateway, usually it's a triple gateway on the middle. You don't see a gas this fast. When you do see a gas this fast, it means that the Protoss is up to something funky. Something funky for sure. But Rabbit went for an 8 barracks, 9 supply build order, and then 2 more barracks right after that. He should be more than able to defend himself against his zealot aggression from GangnamLife. Because this 8 barrack build order is kind of specifically designed to defend against early aggression. You don't need stim, you don't need medics, you just need marines and micro. And because you have superior numbers, because you pulled all of the 3 barracks forward by 14 seconds, you simply have more marines than you would if you go for a 9 supply barracks build order. So yeah, the zealots are coming in. Well, he's still at the point where the amount of zealots might be enough to kill some marines. Guess the SCV with some great control there. Like, that's one of the few things that GangnamLife is really good at. Control of his units. Finding opportunity. Creating opportunity. Getting the most out of any situation. He's pretty good at that. So now we are going to see whose micro is better. Rabbit's Marine micro or GangnamLife's Zealot micro. So far, I'd say we're about even. I mean, Marines are easy to micro in my opinion. They are easy to micro. And when you have a lot of them like this, it's not that difficult to defend. Dragoons are on the way there for Gangnam. I really don't know what specifically he was thinking going for that early gas. He's maybe trying out something new, something different. But this so far just looks like Rabbit is in quite a lead. But he does not yet know where GangnamLife is on the map. But he's going to kill the gateways on the middle. And his build order from GangnamLife just really not working out at all. He's going to try to maybe kill some Marines with Dragoons. But the Marines turn around and attack the Dragoons, so the Dragoons are in trouble. Pylon goes down on the middle. The double Dragoon did not get cancelled yet. He might be thinking of building another pylon. Well, Zealot down at the top. The Dragoons are going into Rabbit's base. Rabbit has to take care of the Dragoons and the Zealot before he can actually go for the attack, because he would maybe lose SCVs or something else, and that's not what he wants. Plus, he still does not know where GangnamLife is on the map. He's walking in circles, just being annoying, getting information, picking off individual units, just doing the micro thing, trying to keep the Dragoons alive for as long as he can, to make sure that the Marines are busy for as long as they can be busy. Just pure distraction tactics, and it's working out. Because Rabbit is not attacking, cannons are finishing up in the front there for GangnamLife, getting double robo there in the middle. So a fast robo follow-up on pretty much a completely failed mid-gate. And I have to stress this because that mid-gate was doomed to fail. 2 gateways into an assimilator and on a mid-build order, that's just not gonna work. You need at least 3 gateways for this to be feasible. 2 gateways, not gonna ever work. The Marines do take care of everything. We've got a lot of canister in the front. Double robo on the way, as I said before. Nexus number 2 coming on the back. We've got a factory warping in, being built. This is building, this is not warping. He's building that factory. So, what is Rabbit gonna do? Is he gonna go aggressive here? Is he gonna go for siege mode and a siege tank? Or is he going to turtle up? Whatever Rabbit does, I expect him to make the exact right choice. Splits up a little bit. He's sending a couple of Marines to the side for drop dodging opportunities, and he gets some vision on these bottom side and top side, because that is most likely where drops will be coming in from. Zealot there finally shows itself. It was hiding right here for a long time. Gets in there, gets some information, sees the turret, sees the engine bay, sees double command center, sees the scan, sees the 1 factory, but no starport or a 2nd factory, and didn't build any additional barracks either. Starport now on the way. Dragoon there in the front, just, trying to at least get some information on what is happening at the choke. GangnamLife is trying to get an idea of what Rabbit is spending his money on. Because depending on what he's spending his money on and where he's placing his units and his structures, Gangnam might adjust his game plan accordingly. Getting more gateways, double reaver almost finished up, getting zealots, getting shuttle speed. Triple gas, 33 probes against 28 SCVs. Marines are waiting on the middle to hopefully maybe try to intercept the shuttle. Goes for a scan, and what does he see with the scan? Sees the front? Oh, I clicked the wrong person. Sees the front. I think he saw the shuttle leave. He's going to try to intercept the shuttle, but look at this. He's waiting on the hillside. He knows that Rabbit likes doing these kind of things. Rabbit is a very proactive when he has to be. Very defensive when he has to be. He always does exactly what has to be done. Double starport. Getting a control tower for probably a drop ship. Maybe for Wraith and Cloak. I mean, he's gonna go for Wraiths for sure, but he might go for a dropship first and then Wraiths. So one right there on the way in the front. When the control tower finishes up, I do expect him to go for probably a dropship for a tank drop. That's a 3rd starport. Yeah, this is going to be a Wraith defense. You don't get triple starport unless you're going for a lot of Wraiths to snipe shuttles with. Shuttles flying over the top side. We got 2 Marines there on the top for vision. We have Marines outside the base. They're in the front. We got Marines in the base. Not a lot of Marines. Most of them are placed on the bottom side. But these shuttles will get seen by the Marines here. And that does mean that GangnamLife will meet some resistance. Because the Marines are already moving up. But he might arrive too early, too quick. Arrives on the scene, unloads the Zealots. Whereas, he turns around, Reaver on the top side. He's going to try to pull Marines towards the Reavers and kill some Marines, but there's simply way too many Marines arriving here. So he decides against committing to it, and he's gonna clear out the sides first and wait for another chance. GangnamLife knows that when you believe the odds are bad and low, don't go for it, just turn around and do it another time. The rate of production is going on in full force. We have a start part here coming in there, tank drop coming in as well, tank drop unloading. I think that one's a little bit too far away. It's not too far away, get some kills, get 11 kills. GangnamLife is paying the price, going for almost no cannons in the back. Tank unloads yet again, just shoot yet again. Kills another 4, so that is a total of 15 probes dead and gone for GangnamLife. That's terrible. That's a terrible situation, because if there's one player who knows how to abuse having more workers, it is going to be Rabbit. So far, GangnamLife has not really had a great showing. He's doing a lot of very good things, but nothing is really working out. He got his cannons way too late, paid the price. Now he has to really do some big damage, like really big damage, if he wants to drag Rabbit down below him. Because currently, Rabbit is climbing towards the top faster than he is. He's in the lead, he's above him. Comes in over the bottom, flies into the Marine, starts to unload on the bottom corner because he has to. Marine's running away to bug out the Scarab and reduce the damage to a minimum. Zealots are killing turrets. Raids are coming in to kill the Reaver. That's a lot of raids. A lot of raids, Reaver will not survive. Marines run even further away, make sure that they do not die to that Reaver. But now the Zealots are still in the base, killing stuff and the raids. While there are a lot of raids, they don't do a lot of damage. Kills the tank in the back. Marines coming in to stim and save the tank, but the tank just go down regardless. And that attack actually, I'd say, did just enough damage to Rabbit. Just enough. Just enough. Like, he did kill a lot of turrets, distracted him for a while, killed a tank, killed some Marines. But was it enough? Another tank arrives on the scene, gets another shot off, kills another 4 or something. He killed about 4 or 5 probes yet again. So Rabbit really showing that he is proficient at using abusive Terran tactics, the tank drop, giving the Protoss a piece of their own cake. So Zealot there trying to kill Marines, but the raids are running back and forth. We have raids in the sky, turrets being built there by SCVs. We got a shuttle on the top side. He doesn't know about those 2 turrets on the top, so this shuttle might get intercepted by the 2 turrets on the top. Rabbit is playing with a lot of attention to detail, but as you can see, he has some trouble spending minerals, but he's doing everything correctly. He's spending his money very efficiently. He's really focused on control of the map and the situation. And he's not planning on giving that control away anytime soon. On the bottom, we have shuttles there waiting outside of the base. GangnamLife has some interesting stuff going on here. He's keeping those shuttles away from home because he knows that the raids that Rabbit has might swoop in, snipe the shuttles inside the base. So he's pulling them towards a point where there's cannons. Actually, he's gonna go for the drop right about now because he's clearing out this bottom side with the Dragoon and the Corsair. He's probably expecting the raids to come in and kill the Corsair. Rabbit is busy scouting the entire top side, missed this shuttle. Shuttle on the bottom side there from GangnamLife waiting to go in. There's Rabbit built pretty much no turrets. Like, there are turrets everywhere, but only a few of them. And this bottom corner only has 1 turret. No Marines in between. Arrives on the scene, starts unloading, ready to storm on those SCVs. 1 storm comes down and kills a bunch of them. I say about 10, maybe 14. Not a huge storm, but just big enough to make this drop worth it. The raids come in, they were away from home, and they let the shuttle slip through. Bottom side has been cleared out, top side getting cleared out as well. Dragoons, Zealots, did kill a turret, might kill another one. Raid still hanging on the top there to provide vision as a replacement. Shuttle there from the top coming in. The turret in between, ignores the turret, just flies right in. Raids coming in, starts to unload. No, does not get a chance to, because when you have like 9 raids, they just kill that bitch immediately. On the drop from the bottom side, Corsair not going into his score. This one will go all the way, starts to unload. Templar on the scene, storms yet again, but misses everything. Okay, he does hit something. Some damage on the raids, killed like 2 SCVs, maybe 3. Forcing to pull the SCVs off the minerals, so it's something, but it's not much. GangnamLife now, though, is on 59 probes. His economy has somewhat stabilized. He needs more probes, though. He still needs more probes. And he's somewhat facing the same problem Rabbit is, and that is spending his money. Building a lot of gateways, he's attacking frequently, but he also struggles with building his base quickly. Both players are slow builders. GangnamLife comes in. Again, gets sniped out of the sky by Valkyries. You now got force factories. All the barracks have been lifted up for vision on the sides. Rabbit is looking mighty fine, but his choke is looking very, very weak. And we do have a mass attack waiting to attack and break this front door. Shuttles coming in over the top. And a mass attack happening at the same time. One tank on the high ground. That will be a pain in the butt. He flies in, unloads behind the wall, but there's literally nothing in the bunkers. You could have just walked in. So the beautiful setup there by GangnamLife, really good thinking, but it turns out he didn't have to, could have just walked in there and have the same effect. Because Rabbit has everything in the back, nothing in the front. Now gonna look for a location where tanks are not present, which is the top side of the base. They're all at the bottom and the middle. And 2 there on the high ground, 3 on the high ground. So goes towards the top right corner and he's gonna kill anything and everything that he can as long as it is not in range of those annoying tanks. Going for the starports. Could have gone for the supply depots. Shuttles coming in. Rabbit responds a little bit slow. Unloads the High Templar storms, and he gets all of the SCV. Well, not all of them. Got about 25, so it's still a very good drop. That is still a very good drop. And GangnamLife manages to, with very good decision making, get himself back in the lead. Even though Rabbit was playing very well. GangnamLife just made a very good sequence of choices. Attack the front, pull units away from the tank, go in over the exact same location. It's difficult to see shuttles on the minimap when they're flying over their own units on the minimap. They both appear as red. Now trying to take away the vision on this bottom side yet again with the Dragoons. High ground tank being annoying. We have a dropship that got killed here in the sky. Rabbit is recovering quite rapidly because he does have 4 command centers. He already had quite an army of tanks and raids and Valkyries. So even though his economy got hit, it largely just slowed him down, but didn't actually put him in a position of danger. Although his minerals are kind of looking dangerously low compared to GangnamLife, who does have about 4,500 minerals, maxed out supply, a lot of gateways, more are coming in. He still has space for more simulators, getting a 3rd Nexus. His upgrades are looking pretty strong as well. 002. This front section does not look pretty. It's kind of impractical as well. Can't really walk through with Dragoons. Rabbit has re-established vision all over the place. He's using the raids to kill units that are killing his detection. 2 tanks on the high ground there are being annoying on this right side. Marines are being thrown away to open up supply space. Poor Marines, but it serves a purpose. He has a lot of tanks, my friends. A lot of tanks. And drop comes in. Upgrades are on 1-1. He's going to unload on top of the tanks. But it doesn't quite go as he had planned. Let's get off 2 great storms on a couple of tanks. But I am sure that he had hoped for that drop to do more damage. Wraith gets into Gangnam's base, gets information. He's wondering whether he's going for a fleet beacon or carriers, but he's not. Scans because he didn't see the entire base. So what does he see? Sees the front there. Sees no shuttles on the scene. Sees a couple of Reavers. So seeing the Reavers does mean that GangnamLife might be planning on going for a big drop on the command center or a big drop here on supply depots and the armories. That's basically the 2 options he has with a big Reaver drop. Kill a lot of supply depots or try to kill the command center or the SCVs. That's the option. Or the options. Stella's going in to open up supply space because he's supply blocked, getting a fleet beacon as well. GangnamLife is taking his time. You can really notice that he slows down quite a lot. When the game becomes bigger and he has to start building more and more buildings, he really slows down from a 300 APM player to like a 200 APM player. He will probably go back up to 250. but you can really notice where his weaknesses lie and where Rabbit's weaknesses are as well. Rabbit has been building for 18 minutes and still does not have a full base, where probably like a faster player would have a full base by now. But Rabbit is playing this so smart. He has so much awareness of what's going on and so much game sense. He always knows what to do. I've said it before many times. He knows what to do. But he might be a little bit passive sometimes. He's really focused on making sure the shuttles will not come in. If he manages to snipe the shuttles out of the sky, he might actually go for a counter push, because he's maxed out, he's rich, getting richer, goes in, unloads the Reavers next to the armories, gonna try to kill the supply depots and the armory, so upgrades are gonna get cancelled. That's great. That's great. You would have had 2-2 on the tanks and 2 attack on the sky as well. Kills a lot of supply depots. This is exactly what I meant. Reavers can kill a lot of very clumped up buildings very quickly. He doesn't kill any SCVs, but he does take away 56 available supply space. So if this next attack from GangnamLife manages to actually kill anything, Rabbit cannot replace it. But even though Rabbit cannot replace what he loses, he still goes for the attack. He still goes. Whether it's smart or not, I don't know. Because this is gonna die. There's a lot of units here. Though a lot of tanks on the high ground as well, being very annoying. But we have gateways on the middle from GangnamLife. He saw this coming. So the tanks on the high ground in his own base won't actually stop him from attacking. And a lot of units are dying from both players. But Rabbit cannot replace them, GangnamLife can. Although Rabbit is rebuilding his supply depots really quickly, getting very close to those SCVs. Gotta snipe the High Templars just on time. SCVs do stay alive, but Rabbit could feel the heat. You saw him pull his SCVs to safety because he knew if he didn't, there was a chance High Templars would kill his SCVs. So very close call, got in very deep. Got in elbow deep, all the way up there. Like we have 12 gateways on the middle. It's not a lot, but it's enough. It's some pretty good Zealot production on the middle, ignoring those tanks on the high ground. Tries to kill them, but not succeeding too well. Drops are coming in. He's going to try to hit those probes yet again, or is he throwing away supply? I think he's just throwing away those dropships. Okay, they're empty. Valkyrie's killing shuttles. The robots went down. You might build new robots on the middle. You might build new robots on the middle, actually. Yeah, his tank drops, the dropships were empty. I thought maybe he's going to go for a tank drop because there are not that many cannons. Realistically, he can go for a tank drop and hit those probes. He can do it. There's not enough cannons. The scans again. Tanks at high ground still being annoying. He's going to have to use storms probably. Although the Valkyries and Wraiths did get pulled back home to defend against potential shuttle drops. Another big, really big, massive frontal attack. Now, Rabbit did recover his supply depots. They're all back. He has 200 supply capacity, so losing units now doesn't necessarily hurt him too much. But there is a realistic chance that all those tanks in the high ground are being an absolute bitch. Those tanks in the high ground are being an absolute bitch. Absolute disruption. Completely stops the attack because the units are just tripping out. They cannot reach the high ground. It trips them out. You have to use a shuttle or something to unload some Zealots onto the high ground, or use some High Templars. So now we have actually a moment of time where nothing is happening. GangnamLife is recovering his robos somewhere right here on the bottom so that he does not lose them again to tanks in the front. Clearing out those hillsides. Rabbit is moving out. Rabbit is moving out. He smells it. It is time to go. It's time for me to drink something because my voice still hasn't fully recovered yet. I can still feel an itch in my throat. So we have a push happening. And we have a large surround of a lot of gateway units coming in from all directions. Rabbit is in trouble. Let's zoom out a little bit, see what's happening. There's a lot of High Templars there as well. Tanks going down very rapidly. Both their supplies are dropping quick. But now we have the same army from GangnamLife entering the main base. Raids are coming in to snipe those high... Oh, there's an observer. Raids don't stand a chance. More storms coming down. Tank lines dying. Thunder and lightning on the scene. He's got more high Templars ready to go. He's the electricity baby, because that's another storm coming down. But this should be enough to defend himself with. Although those tanks are very low HP and they are clumped up. But Rabbit has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. He only has 13 factories. And we have like 30, 40 gateways for GangnamLife. So we're actually in a situation where GangnamLife might be able to win the game by simply producing a lot of gateway units very quickly, non-stop. He might be able to simply outmuscle Rabbit. Rabbit only has 13 factories. That's not a lot. Sometimes it is enough, but it really is not enough. If he starts losing any units, he will not be able to keep up with the rate at which GangnamLife can replace his units. Also getting another proxy base. Drop there on the top, ready to go in. Might fly into the barracks by just complete accident. So taking away vision on the bottom side does in fact not fly into the barracks. So like it's almost, they can almost see each other. They can almost see each other. And if he did, the Wraiths might have sniped that shuttle before he could even go in. He's moving all the way to the side of the map. Difficult to spot, difficult to snipe. Goes in. Surprisingly, does not use a combo attack or a fumble attack and a drop at the same time. Comes in, Temple's unloading, hits him right in the face. Like 8 storms. He hit 4 high Templars, each with 150 energy. It's like 8 storms hit everything down to Kingdom Come. Electricity has been shut down because he's been dropped right on top of the SCVs, and they're all dead and gone. He built a wall in the front really quickly. Very smart choice, because if he had not built that wall, GangnamLife might have just walked in and killed him. Though we do have about 10 tanks on the high ground, very difficult to deal with. He needs some storms on the tanks, maybe some shuttles unloading on top of the tanks. He's gonna... Ooh, Rabbit is gonna use this moment in time to recover both his SCVs and to once again put more tanks to the high ground. Tanks to the high ground are pretty strong, pretty annoying, takes a lot of effort to deal with them. This might just buy him enough time to stay alive. Might buy him enough time. Although storms going down, tanks to the high ground dying quickly. Another gateway proxy base. We're reaching 50 gateways on the map. That's 100 supply in one macro cycle. 50 gateways. The tanks at the high ground are being annoying. Raids are trying to protect the tanks by killing shuttles. GangnamLife still has to go in though. Has to go in. More Valkyries arriving. Kills the shuttle, but a couple shuttles do make their way on top of the high ground, which means that the high ground should get cleared out. Rabbit back on 40 SCVs. He's recovering nicely. His minerals are very low though. Like, he completely maxed out his supply on Goliaths, tanks, and not SCVs. It's gonna take a while before he's back on a health economy. Once more tanks to the high ground. It's difficult. It's annoying. That's for sure. It's annoying dealing with those tanks. You gotta do what you gotta do. Arbiter Tribunal all the way there on the bottom. Looks like he's going for Arbiters at some point. Even more tanks coming down. 50 SCVs. So his SCV count has recovered almost to the point he was at earlier. Big drop there coming in. Raids are away from home. Valkyries are back home. Actually, it's a mix of Raids and Valkyries. He's waiting to go in, but where is he gonna go? He's gonna go for... Is he gonna go for the main SCVs, or is he gonna go for those tanks on the high ground first? Tanks on the high ground it is. Unloading. He has to kill these tanks in order to be able to attack the front. Big drop in the bottom corner. GangnamLife in trouble. That's a lot of Dragoons and Goliaths. But he has a lot of... A lot of minerals in the bank as well. Goes for the frontal attack after clearing out the hills. Has to kill the wall first. There's almost nothing behind that wall. Almost all of Rabbit's units are inside of GangnamLife's base. Rabbit is bringing it right to the heart of GangnamLife's entire base. His entire game relies on the backside there and is getting attacked really hard, brutally. But this front side from Rabbit here is facing quite some trouble himself. He killed the probes, got really close. The drop there on the bottom corner is dying, and his front attack there from GangnamLife is bursting through without any reservations, no mercy, just producing non-stop. He's got like 177 available supply for gateway units, and he's just spamming out 30, 35 units at a time non-stop against only 13 factories, and those 13 factories are coming back to bite Rabbit in the ass because he simply cannot keep up. Also, only 43 SCVs, not enough economy. Everything is dying in the front, and in the back, things will start dying soon as well. He brought back tanks from over here to his own choke to help him defend. And that might just buy him a little bit of disruption to defend, but the tanks are located too far to the bottom. So more tanks on the top side now as well. He's gonna run right in there before the tanks stop him, but oh, a little bit too late. But there's units inside the base. Like, there's Dark Templars, Zealots inside the base, hitting factories, killing Goliaths, killing tanks, killing infrastructure, killing everything. He ignores the tanks in the front and goes right to the top side yet again, the side that he abused earlier into the game. And he's killing everything. Armories, turrets, supply depots, starports, everything is in danger. Rabbit has no control over his base, only over the choke, but the Dark Templar there on the high ground, Zealots there being loaded as well, ready to kill those tanks. They're unsieging, but his top side is dying really quickly. GangnamLife finally found a way, despite not having much success earlier into the game. A lot of waves of Zealots marching in a line, a conga line of death and destruction. Psyblade, absolute I'm looking for words, but I can't find the word that I'm looking for. So let's just go for destruction, death, and destruction, obliteration. It's just Zealots. It's just a lot of Zealots everywhere. This is no longer a Terran base. At this point, the population of Protoss is higher than Terran. This has officially been stolen. It's now a Protoss home country base. It's now belonging to the Protoss. He says some words in Korean, and I'm not sure what he says, but he says some stuff. And Rabbit calls GG, asks for the re, and signs out. GangnamLife wins game number 2. In quite an interesting manner. We had a lot of disruption happening back and forth, Rabbit playing very smart, basically abusing everything to his advantage quite well, but at some point he just went a little bit too hard on going for that drop in GangnamLife's base, and then GangnamLife just had an open invitation to come right on in and slap him around from left to right, from corner to corner, to come out with the victory after 30 minutes and 43 seconds. See you next time when I am going to do game number 3 and everything else that comes after game number 3. See you soon. RJB, signing out.